Welcome to a new episode of Talkative with Ahmad. I'm your host, Ahmad. Today we're not at the Archive Studio in Dubai Media City. You know, my production and my partners in crime, my creative team, but we went out. We went out for a very special occasion, for an address, a place that I love so much. I love this place not because of the beautiful things and the exciting things and the intriguing things I see in this space, but because I also connect and interact with the people who owns the place, who owns also my heart, to be honest. Today I'm in a place in probably one of the most energetic and eclectic places in the Middle East, Alserkal Avenue, in one of the most inclusive and exciting art galleries in the region. For them, it's a family business, but in a very good sense. Everyone here is a family. I feel a family member. And I'm so honored, I'm so excited, and I'm so thrilled and touched by their humbleness and generosity to accept this invitation. It's the first Talkative with Ahmad outside the studio, and this is the relaunch season, and I couldn't be more grateful and happier than to be here at Firetti Contemporary. Mara.
Good morning,
Celine.
Ahmed.
Hi.
Good morning.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We're honored.
Thank you for accepting the invitation, and thank you for closing the door of your gallery, which is open 7 days a week.
Yes.
Really?
It is.
I mean,
Yes,
it's
it is.
not every gallery.
No,
it
not
happened
at all.
before that I go to a gallery and, you know, on weekend I find the gallery closed. But you opened your heart for me years ago now, since I moved to Dubai. And today you opened your gallery, your home, and on Saturday morning in October. and honestly, so far, the most exciting exhibition of the season.
Thank you.
Right?
Truly
We will talk
honored.
about that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Before we dig deep, and I hope, and usually I told you, I ask questions that they are mainly not a question as much as they are a dialogue, as much as things that I am interested in. And every time we meet, we talk about these things. But I feel that also you do a lot of interviews, so I'm not going to ask the same questions that other media ask you and you repeat the same answer, but we want things from the heart. That's the whole idea of Talkative with Ahmad, is that we learn.
Yeah.
Basically, when I launched Talkative with Ahmad, it was about learning. And this is the longest sentences I will say. But before we dig deep, the only classic question, who is Mara?
Well, Mara is, first of all, a mother. I'm a mother of three, a woman who's lived through 3 continents, an entrepreneur with a great, great passion for art. And this passion came to me from my parents. They were both painters, not in professional painters, but truly, purely out of love. And our summers were about visiting cities and museums and discovering art in every corner.
In Italy.
In Italy, in Europe, whenever we traveled. I grew up in Nigeria. I spent 25 years of my life there. I grew up as a kid. And then I moved to the UAE in 2001.
Wow.
And I started seeing art as my source of business, my family business, in roughly about 18 years ago.
Wow.
I started
Before moving to Dubai or while you were?
No, while I was in Dubai. I used to travel a lot then, and I promoted an artist in particular. And through this experience, I got to know a lot more about how this industry works. I worked at museums, biennales, and then, you know, the journey brought me to opening Firetti, which is what it is today.
Which is open in 2000?
We opened 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
About 6 years
COVID.
ago.
Actually, when I've
Time
met you,
flies.
when I've met Firetti Contemporary and I met you guys, were at the beginning.
Yes.
But it was a strong beginning
we met
because-
at the beginning of Firetti.
Yeah, but
yes.
we'll go back to this because it's a strong beginning. Because now I understand better, because you said you always been surrounded by art and you worked in biennales and I want to know more about this. But I felt Firetti was already mature when I met the gallery. There was something already warm, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's always been there. So the passion for art, but and also at the same time, we opened just during or at the end of Corona.
Yeah.
It was a huge
almost
decision.
I have a
in a
picture
very critical
here.
time.
I was wearing a mask.
A mask, yeah, it was
Yes.
mask times.
Yeah.
Yes, we opened during Corona. Yes.
Amazing.
And at the time, Celine had graduated, and we wanted to take this venture together. So here we are today.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Celine, I didn't know that you also grew up in Nigeria, but I know a bit because I remember one of the artists you had was from Africa.
Yes.
Was it during a fair or here?
We did a group show with a few
several,
African
yeah.
artists.
Exactly. And then you told me.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, you're very, for you was very sentimental. And you said, because I grew up in Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is Celine?
A daughter, Tumara. So I am the curator and co-founder of Firetti, and obviously me and my mom share this passion for the arts. We believe that art can say what words cannot, and it's just something that connects you to a great community, and it's something that can help you through dark times. There's a lot to say about art, but yeah, it's something that I had been introduced to at quite a young age, obviously because of what my mother has been doing with her career and with artist management and working with museums and fairs and so on. So that was present in my life since a young age. And I always knew that I wanted to do something art related, so I did end up doing my degree at Central St. Martin's, which focused on art management and curation, and that's essentially what I'm doing now here at Firetti. So handling the program with Mara and handling curation and the relationship with artists.
Now, people from outside the industry, and probably many inside the industry, wouldn't really imagine the challenges, the struggle behind everything you said, right? You said the community, and you said the helping each other, and the curation, and bring the community together, and the beauty of art. And I can guarantee you, many people when they come to exhibitions and galleries, they see the glam behind it, and I mean, it's difficult.
They don't see the
it's difficult
sweat, blood,
because
and tears.
Lots of sweat, blood, and tears.
Especially when the curators and the owners of the gallery look as gorgeous as you are. I mean, you know, really. And they come to the gallery, and of course, and you said that arts can translate things without, like,
That words can't.
Words can't.
Yes.
But actually, you are very approachable, and I said that before. You give 110% to everyone. Now, it is a family business, and why I say family business, because family business is very difficult, and if you go to any business manager, they will tell you, don't work with your family.
Yes, everyone always says it. They're always amazed when I say, yes, it's me and my mother that run Firetti Contemporary.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, jaw drops, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But it works. How?
Well, first of all, we have a beautiful relationship, and it starts from there. We respect each other, and we continuously learn from each other.
Yeah.
No one feels entitled. No one feels, I know better than you. We correct each other, and we work together in making things work. We know that the aim is to drive Firetti to be successful. So we put our personal matters aside, our ego aside.
Which is, I mean, mashallah, I have to touch wood now, but I mean, curators and artists and creatives already have ego.
I know.
have a voice, have a character, a personality.
Yeah.
Really, when I say how, it's a compliment.
It's not all sugar-coated.
I
We
can
do have our
imagine.
days
I
when
can-
we
Of course,
have arguments.
but yeah.
The arguments usually is it around what?
But they're constructive arguments,
Yeah.
and then we might storm off and then come back to the table and take it from there and learn from each other, as I said. Arguments could be like, who takes care of what, or that's your
Or
responsibility.
if something goes wrong, you know. But
Yes. And also because we have a different character. I
Yes.
am very like, I am Italian roots and aggressive sometimes, you know, and like when there is a difficulty, I take it a little bit in a more direct way. Celine is more soft.
And you're from the north as well, huh?
I'm from the north.
I know that you know. Yeah. Maybe, you know, when you say Italian strong, I was, but I know where you're coming from. So, and okay, that's I understand the
Yeah.
character, but you are also, you lived in so many places, but you
Yes.
also you are semi-Italian.
Yes.
And you are.
so my mother is Italian. My father's roots are Syrian Lebanese, but he lived most of his life in Nigeria, and the first 6 years of my life were in Nigeria.
Beautiful.
And then we moved here, and then Italy a bit, and back here.
And living in Nigeria for quite some time,
Yeah.
how did that reflect on your creative journey?
Well, Nigeria is a difficult country. It's a school of life. I got to see extreme poverty, and the beauty of it is seeing the smile on people that have nothing to hope for, and you really appreciate life. And then, of course, not only the people, the nature, the way of living, the simplicity of things, being humble,
Yes.
being inclusive.
Because I can see these
Yes,
these characteristics in you.
yes, that's what I learned from living there.
The fact that you've been creatively as well, I think artists, especially creatives in general, if they lived around, they are way more sensitive to
Yeah.
other cultures,
Yeah.
and that reflects then later on where they live, of
Absolutely.
course. But the fact that you are so close to your mom, why I'm asking these questions, they can be a bit personal, but I think people should understand that behind this picture perfect, there is also a journey.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
that journey, the fact that you grew up abroad and you spent most of your life abroad, did that brought you a bit closer as a mother and daughter in places that maybe also she would have grew up with more freedom, I would say, but maybe you were protective to each other?
Yes, we were, and I think that the fact that you know, when you move in a country that is not yours, you're not surrounded by the wider family. You're alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you become more connected. Celine and my kids, in general, they are everything to me. They are my whole family that I have
Yes.
here, and so we're guidance, protectors. We are supporting each other. So that's what makes you really close.
I'd say we're really good friends.
And we're
as
very
well.
good friends.
I would describe our relationship as a friendship. And we've always had each other's backs.
Yeah,
If my
and we
mom
don't-
is going through something,
It's
I'm
what
there. I'm her
friends as
biggest
well
support.
Should really
Yeah.
think of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I think our dynamic is very special, and we love each other a lot, and we have each other's best interest in mind. So we're always of support to each other. It's always been that. I also grew up with my mother, so that makes our bond even closer.
We usually have tears at the end of the show. 'cause I
Yeah, I'm
always ask
already
questions,
gonna cry.
But people should know, you know, the incredible human behind the gallerist and the curator and the owner of a gallery, which I see all the time. And thank you. Enough for too much personal
Yeah, yeah.
questions. Now, why?
Are we gonna need
When-
tissues?
The makeup.
Why? when, when did you decide to open a gallery, and why? And this two generations. Did you already think about it when she went to study in Central St. Martin, or?
Yes,
Because
it was already there. It was already there. It was just waiting
She
for
planted the
the
seed.
right moment when we were both ready to take the step. And we made the first attempt that I don't like to talk about it because it was a very negative experience. And we decided to go on our own, just me and her, because we understand what we want, and we know how to communicate it, and we wanted to bring our passion and share it with the community that we've built so far.
It's amazing. And you know, going to London and going to Central St. Martin and having the possibility to be in the creative world, did you had a few second thoughts of, oof, maybe I can do fashion, I can do design, or you felt that, no, I want to do something that then help this beautiful dream that Mara just described?
Yeah, obviously being in Central St. Martin's, fashion is like the primary subject. It is the house of fashion, but they had a really great focus on arts as well. I do love fashion. I have an appreciation for it. I have an appreciation for all things creative, but I always knew that my focus was going to be on art, and the idea of doing something with my mother was always intriguing to me, and I really thought we could make magic happen. So when she told me that she wanted to open the gallery, I was on board. Yeah.
That's amazing. So the gallery, the decision of opening the gallery, Dubai was, by the time you opened the gallery, I think Dubai
has always been home to us.
Yeah.
And I can see that's home here because you support a lot the community, the industry, many Emirati artists that you showcased here, many different generations of also residents in the UAE that you have represented, and we'll talk about them in a second. But you opened at Alserkal Avenue, which is, I think, it was a very ambitious project, right?
Yes.
And I think it's always a risk to open a gallery because it's a
Yes.
it's a business that maybe, again, I always come back to the glam because
Yes.
I know many of my friends that they are not from the industry, or of course you have the same thing, and
Yes.
they think that all behind these closed doors is just the Met Gala 24 hours
Yes.
and everyone is rich and you don't have any issues,
Yes.
you don't have, really, I want people to know behind passion, there's also a struggle. And the struggle, I'm not talking about Azerkal Avenue, but to open a gallery in a city which is always changing and evolving, but in a city where everything is evolving and changing.
A lot of dynamics.
A lot of dynamics that you have to also carry on,
Yes.
right? Of course, between you, there is this dynamic of two generations, so at least you have a narrative and dialogue between you
Yes.
that you understand. You understand some artists and some collectors and you have a different look into the scene. But Dubai, opening a gallery in Dubai, how was it when you decided to open the gallery? Where is it now?
It was a very spontaneous decision, and we took it, as I said, during COVID, so it was a very brave decision
Yes,
as
very
well,
brave.
because there was so much uncertainty. And where is it now? We've built a beautiful community of art lovers, art collectors,
A family,
art
I'd say. We've
supporters.
extended our
Yes, a
family. Our
family.
artists are our family too, and
And-
anyone that has supported us or our collectors is part of the family.
And we did not, we evolved. Like what we had in mind at the beginning, we were concentrating on a certain type of art. And then we've evolved, we've embraced other artists and younger artists or older artists. We've tried to find the language that was for the community. The community also helped us to decide this direction.
When you say the community, who is the community?
Who's the community? The community is people who, not just the buyers, not just the collectors, but people who support us, you know, and like we spoke before starting this, the philanthropers that are those who come in and they just support you in some way or another, or are ready to enjoy what we are
Offering.
Exhibiting and offering, yes.
When you opened the first few years, other than COVID, which was challenging for everyone, what were the challenges building that community? What were the things that you really, you know, the sweat in that period? Because now, of course, there's different struggles now. Now you have a standalone business, you have your collectors, you have your community. But the challenge is when you open, you come here in this small ecosystem called El Coz, right? I'm not saying only because El Coz area. And there was a lot of, when I moved here, there was like this big plan of El Coz becoming the Miami arts sector, right? And with that, there's a lot of dreams and challenges and things that you have to also build on that, right? When was did you have a moment at the beginning, the first few years, where you said, I can't go back, I can't go further? Did you have this? And why?
Well, not really. Because we have a spirit of
it's always going forward. It's never going back, and it's not quitting.
And I think the biggest challenge that we've had is to find a balance between what we love and what works.
This is very nice. So that's a compromise, or finding? Is it a compromise?
Because I would never be able to work with something I don't love. So, and the same thing is for Celine. We cannot work with.
It's difficult. Yes, if something is not aligned with you and you don't feel the connection to it, it's difficult to showcase or to present it, you know, to curate, to write, to really feel it, to translate that you love it. Because that's our job.
There's a lot of dynamics, you know. First of all is your experience and your relationship with the artist itself. And then the way we see his art, we perceive his art, to be able to communicate it to our followers and community. So balancing all this, that is the greatest challenge.
It's pretty. Now, let's break some, let's give some news for everyone watching and listening to this, really, because many would say, I want to go to an art gallery and I want to buy good art, but I don't know how to start. And I feel that I don't have enough money, or I'm not rich enough to buy art. Now,
it's a common problem. People feel intimidated.
Intimidation is a big thing.
Yes. And sometimes they go to one place, they're terrified. Really, some people are terrified.
Yes.
Right? And I say, you know, you spent on this. We talked about this before.
Yes.
We live in a city where, you know, the average individual can actually spend on luxury lifestyle.
Yes.
Lucky enough, right? And please tell us, if people can buy fabulous clothes and bags and shoes every now and then, and they go fine dining, they're not rich, right? Guide us in how can we change that stigma.
Mindset. Well, first of all, art is accessible. Of course, I always suggest to start with younger artists. Our younger artists are
emerging.
Emerging artists have prices that are very accessible, and you can start your own little collection. Always dive in with your heart. You need to love what you buy. And there is so much. Apart from this, you can even buy prints, you know, you can acquire multiple limited editions.
And people can come to the gallery and just meet you guys, and you can guide them through.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're here for.
Yes, yes. And you know, it's like, it really doesn't take a huge investment to step into this beautiful world.
If I want to start collecting, for example, right? I love art and I don't know where to start. And I go to your gallery, I come here and, you know, I fell in love with you, obviously. And really, I mean, you know, how much would someone expect to spend to start collecting art? Really?
We always ask, what is your budget?
Yeah.
And then we can work around it. We can
Yes.
show you options that fit within your budget. But our advice to anyone that is starting their collecting journey is that it has to be something that you fall in love with.
Yeah.
And sometimes, okay, maybe it can be that they fall in love with, I don't know, for example, a work of Aida, one of the larger pieces, but they can opt for one of the smaller ones,
Yeah.
which are within
Yeah.
their budget. So
Yeah.
it depends on the budget and how much you want to invest in a piece.
And so there's no reason really people whether it's sometimes a bit intimidated by the art scene, right?
True, and if you could, I mean, I would rather have an artwork on the wall rather than a decorative piece, because, I mean, it's also the experience of coming to the gallery and discovering
Yes.
the artist and having a story next to it, you know.
I always say you have to. I mean,
In Italy, you go to dinner, they invite you to dinner, and the first thing everyone does is just to take you through their collection.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, I purchased this in Barcelona, I was with my wife, I did
And it
this,
tells
I
a
did that, and
story
it tells a story
of
about
who you are, you know, so.
Yeah. Art is changing at the moment. Is that something for your own benefits? Because art now is with fashion, art is with in luxury hotels and lifestyles, and why I'm asking this question?
Yes.
Because my second question next will be your. Let's ask this question
Yes.
first. You are really one of the most inclusive and I would say
Dynamic.
Not that only dynamic, but you offer. I can come in every exhibition. I'm so always excited to come because I don't like to get bored and I like to learn and see new things. But I think this, you can tell me a story or two that's actually it's something that some in the sector and the industry would look at you and say, oh, we don't know exactly what's your gallery offer, what is exactly your language, your DNA. But that's exactly what excites me. When I come here, you know, I can now say, for example, I remember Kekhan.
Kekhan, yeah.
Kekhan is not only an artist, he's a philosopher.
Yes.
There is a, you know, you
Yes.
go, it's another dimension,
Yes,
right? And
literally.
he was here, like he can tell you things, and then you end up, you know, with him, I am convinced without understanding anything. Like he can sell me the stars,
yes.
literally.
That
But
was
then
a
you-
tough one for us too.
Yeah.
But that's why I mentioned him, because you really believed him. You were there with him, and
Yeah.
he
Yes.
felt it. He was so
And
grateful to be
he
here.
was working on that body of work for 7 years of his life.
I
So that
know.
was the result of 7
But
years
he's also
of
all
work.
over the place, like on a global scale. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
then you have Aida Badr,
Yeah.
which will go through the collection, and you know, I'm literally in love with Aida.
Me too.
And then you have, you had something like Ruel.
Josh Roll.
Josh
yeah,
Roll,
Josh
right?
Roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh Roll.
Yeah,
And
the
then
coding,
you had
yeah.
also once with, what's her name? Emirati artist. Remind me.
Salma al-Mansouri.
Salman Mansouri. Oh, and then Sawsan al-Bahar.
Yes,
And
Sawsan al-Bahar,
they're
yes.
all different.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
all
Yes.
very
Very, very
romantic,
different.
Yeah.
though.
Yes,
If I
yes,
can
yeah.
say. So tell me, is this a blessing or a burden, and how do you balance this? You said something about balance.
Yeah, balance is a bit between what we like and what the audience likes, and keeping the language of a gallery into one direction. So all this needs to be balanced together, of course. And well, contemporary art. We deal with contemporary art. What is contemporary art? It's art that speaks about the contemporary world we're living in. So we focus on the story of our artist, and it's something that will bring dialogue, that will bring information, that will bring culture to the table.
Yeah.
So if it's relevant to the society we're living in, and it's something that we align with, this is what we bring. And that's our direction.
That's because I feel it, right? But you have, do the industry, how is the public receiving this, you know, dialogue, and how is the industry seeing this? And why it's not right or wrong, I don't like the word right or wrong, but why this is relevant to you and it's important to you? And
There
that's
is no right or wrong because everything is subjective. But
Exactly.
in terms of feedback we've received, I think a lot of people enjoy how eclectic our gallery is, and the fact that every time we have a new show, it's something completely different
Something
from the last.
fresh.
Yeah,
something
But there's
absolutely.
always like a strong message coming from the artist, and there's always depth with every show. And a lot of the shows that we are working on are focused on the theme of identity, which is very broad but very relatable as well.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of institutional, I think we have done a lot of shows that are on an institutional level, but we balance it with shows that are also a bit more fun and playful and dynamic.
We need to have
Yes,
fun
we
We need
and
to
do.
bring the
dynamic,
younger
right?
audience.
Yeah,
Yes,
to the
because
table.
otherwise-
we need to bring
Yes.
the younger
Because
audience.
anyway,
to the
museums are suffering, and
Yeah.
we'll go
Yes.
even.
The
We will
art
not
market.
make everyone happy. It is impossible. We will not make everyone happy. Some shows people won't like, some shows people will like, and it's not our job to make everyone happy. We are working with
Absolutely.
the artists that we believe in, and we are doing
with
shows that we
passion.
believe add some value to society as well, that open dialogue, open discourse, that allow us to have deeper conversations about maybe even the point of life, about identity, about love, about resilience, about, I mean, even politics sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all these things are important, and that's where this like aspect of community comes in, like building a community that resonate with all of these themes that we can.
Inclusivity,
Yeah.
community.
And how is the creative industry as a community in the UAE and the world? And if you can compare it, if there is something. I mean, to give you an example, if you go to a gallery, sometimes in Milan and Paris, and you say, you know, I have a collector is looking for, I don't know, something pop art, right? And you say, it's the wrong address. Let me call my friend in the other gallery, and probably she has something. Do you see this here? Because it's a small, it's a small
Yes.
community, right? It's growing, but it's a small community. So the competition can have a blurry line in between.
But each gallery has their own path and their own curation, their own selection of artists. We all have a different audience. So, you know.
Do you call each other and say, listen, I have this
Client,
collector that...
yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
we
do.
Collaborate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We collaborate with so many
I think
galleries.
it's important, actually,
Yes.
for galleries to support each other in a
With
sense.
art consultants,
Yeah.
we collaborate a lot. And it is part of growth, you know. You cannot just be on your own.
No.
As you said before, now galleries are collaborating with fashion brands.
And you did. So let's
Yes,
talk
we
about
have
your
to.
collaborations. Honestly, this is the thing, is that you, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But you are the only gallery that I've seen, like you did institutional shows, you do most of the important fairs, all of the fairs, you participate abroad, you take your artist abroad, and you do also, you did one of the gorgeous things you did once with a Lamborghini?
Yes.
With a
Yes,
Mercedes,
we also
right?
did collaboration with
Like,
brands like Gaga now,
this is
Lamborghini.
popular, right? You said something about being today in society and contemporary, right?
Yeah.
But you know, this is popular art. It's pop.
Yeah.
Not the popular art as
Yeah.
an anti-war, but popularity in creativity is
yeah.
because you're relevant to the
Yes,
society
yeah,
today,
yeah.
right? So you speak to a lot of people. You do a lot of sculptural.
Yes, three-dimensional works.
Many people,
public
they don't know
art.
that you
Yes.
do these things, huh? In
Yes.
DIFC Art Nights, for example, and
Yeah.
DIFC Art
Yeah.
installations, you do
We
that.
have also in Abu Dhabi several public art pieces.
You just did
in
some.
Jumeirah Gulf Estate, we have
Yes.
public art pieces. Yeah, we do that. Yeah, because especially public art allows you to be out there, and it's very accessible from anyone, you know, and it creates dialogue and curiosity. So it's
And
great.
actually, congratulations on that, because you started showing the importance of public art before now it became like now is a la mode.
Yes,
right? Now public arts biennales, public arts grants, public arts, everything public arts.
The first opening,
the importance of
the
public
first opening we had in Alserkal, we had a
Yes.
7-meter sculpture in the gallery.
We opened with a bang, I would
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Our first show was, I think, a lot of people were impressed because of the scale of the works that we had in the gallery and because the artist was a very established one. We literally had a
What's his
7-meter
name?
sculpture
Elidon
here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And the importance of public art, just of, nowadays, really, it's not only in the UAE, in the region, but
Yeah.
globally, public
Yes.
art is becoming something very important. Is
Absolutely.
it because they want
But the public art has always been there. I mean, the Colosseum is public art,
Absolutely.
It's available to everyone.
Nice.
It's for
You're
the
not
public,
intimidated
yes.
to enter a gallery to see art. Here you go. You're driving and you see it. You're walking and you see it.
And speaking of that, in the past year or two, we have seen iconic art galleries, like they call them the too big to fail. They decided to close their galleries from London to New York, and the echo was so strong that people here started, talking about this.
Yes,
now.
of course. Everyone is talking about that.
Was that, and then their press releases was we think that's the dynamic because they're art fair galleries, right? Blue chip galleries, and they publicly they said that because the formats and the dynamic
Yes.
in the business it's changing, and we want other formats. It's very vague, right?
Yeah.
If you asked me about these galleries, you would want to elaborate more.
It's very simple.
Did you have this impact on you? You felt
Did
it?
I have not really, because I believe that, now artists all have Instagram, Facebook, they're promoting themselves, they're able to do sales on their own. You need to bring a service out there that is useful to them and is useful to the collectors.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to embrace a new way of working with the artist, of curating your exhibitions, to still be a platform that promotes art in a way that an artist cannot do on his own.
Yes.
The format of a gallery, so you think format of a gallery is still very, very important for an
It
artist?
is, because, I mean, if I'm an artist based in Tokyo, I cannot have my art pieces in Rome, in Dubai, or
Of
everywhere
course.
else in the world. Art galleries are a place where you can walk in, you can actually see the painting, you can smell the paint, you can have that encounter, that
Yes.
physical encounter.
Absolutely.
It's so important. So an artist cannot do all this on his own. An artist cannot go and get a booth in an art fair and pay his logistics and everything else. So galleries are still important, but not only for the artists, also for the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
A place to be.
Yes. A
People
place to
need to-
encounter
yeah.
art, to learn, to connect.
we're
yeah.
art ambassadors.
Yes.
We're not an institution. We don't have someone supporting us in the, economically supporting us. It's still a business, a family business, for
Yes.
instance. But it gives you a place where you can take a stroll in the morning and walk in and enjoy an exhibition and have someone there explaining it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because we don't have a lot of contemporary museums. I mean, of course, we can talk about Sadiyat and what's happening
Yeah.
in Riyadh and
Yeah.
in Abu Dhabi next year, I think. Now, I understand that. Many artists, right? I'm sure you have a group, many artists, and nowadays they think that the gallery is ripping them off.
Yes.
So this is, you hear it everywhere. It's not local. It's not a local myth. What's the truth behind it?
The truth behind it is that if you think that the gallerist is ripping
I
you
don't think, but
off,
people-
then let them experience what it is to rent a good space,
Yeah.
to do the marketing, to have staff, to
Yeah.
run around, to take the responsibility and the risk towards your collectors. And also having someone giving you direction in not overproducing,
Yes.
in how to talk about your art, in how to
Well, I think
exhibit
that's
your
more
art,
directed
and
at the artist that doesn't appreciate.
yeah, but yes,
The
it's-
gallery.
Being
Yeah.
managed as well. Because I read a lot of stats in the art world. I mean, a gallery should participate in so many art fairs to break even, and if you're lucky,
not
It's not-
anymore.
yeah.
It's not anymore like this.
what
No.
is it, the reality?
I think it's collaborations more than art fairs. I mean,
Art,
a
yeah.
gallery shouldn't do too many art fairs. I mean, it depends on their...
It depends on how established they are
Yes.
also, and how long they've been in the market, and if they have the funds to do so. Because when you are getting a booth at a fair, it is also a huge
investment.
and yes,
Yes.
okay, you
With
get
no-
exposure, you get introduced to institutions, new collectors,
Yes.
but if you're, I mean, it depends on the means that you have to participate in fairs.
And there's also a lot of trial and error, because
Yeah.
you need to know the art fair that works for you and your artist, you know?
And have you seen a change of mood and understanding of arts in art fairs here? Because you participate in Art Dubai, Art Abu Dhabi.
Yes, there's a level of maturity and curation that is really outstanding, and things are really evolving in a beautiful way, and I'm really pleased.
That's
Especially one of my favorites is Art of
Yeah, Abu Dhabi,
yeah.
we love it.
Yeah,
We love it.
yeah. I you know that's also my favorite. Right?
Yeah.
We've always talked about it. But now here is a good question. We don't talk about art collectors because they're the private, behind the scene, stars of the system, because
Yes.
they make this. It's almost like
Yes.
the petrol of this whole, oh, I can't say
Yes.
petrol now. It's electricity. But they are an important. So when we say art fairs and the industry is evolving, is it also thanks to the collectors that we don't see? Because they are demanding different things from galleries and artists.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of collectors think that purchasing directly from artists is the new thing, which can be kind of a pickle if if you go into the wrong path.
So what makes a gallerist and a gallery unique in that sense, and has that leverage on the communication with collectors and artists?
Well, first of all, if you take on an artist in a gallery, it is in your best interest that that
Artist does
artist
well.
is successful. So you support them, you invest in them time and money to go into the right direction with institutions, with not overproducing. A lot of artists overproduce art, and that's not feasible. With the price growth.
We see this a lot in the region here, right?
Yes.
Because I always say it's very dangerous for me. This is a personal opinion.
Yeah.
You do one sold out show just because here the community supports you. So of course, your father, your aunt, your second cousin, they will buy you. But that doesn't mean that they will come back
Yes.
shopping for your next one. So
Yes.
and then
They come back shopping for your next one if your price grows with your career. There is a reason why prices grow, and
Yes.
yeah, there is a landmark that you need to reach, and then you increase your prices a little bit. Prices should not be increased too much. It should be a gradual. I mean, all these elements are so important for collectors.
But that's mean also work ethics is very important, and moral skills between artists, collectors, and galleries, right?
Yes.
Yes, big
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have something to say, right?
No, I'm agreeing, but yeah, there's just a lot of misunderstanding. But of course, you have collectors that really understand how valuable the gallery is in the ecosystem, and how the relationship with the gallery is important, and it's a trusted source for them to come and to acquire works. But then there are others that are completely against the gallery system because they want to approach the artist directly to attempt to get a lower price, a big discount.
Yeah.
And the thing that is not understood is that if an artist is able
Yeah.
to give you a 40% discount, what's the actual value of that piece?
Yeah,
Don't
of
you
course.
think he has given 40%
Yeah.
discount to all the other collectors?
See, these are things that I want to.
You know,
Yes. So
please be
it's
mindful when you ask for discounts. If the discounts are too high, then that's not the price.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's
And
not the
so
price.
this is more not only about. This is very interesting. This is not only about the collector. So it's the artist
Yes.
himself, because with that maybe 40%, the gallery can take you to institutions and art fairs and media, and while when you do it by yourself, you might get that 40%, but then you get one collectors and probably
The backlash in this is that if I purchased 3 of your artworks at 40%, and all of a sudden I want to put them back in the market,
people the question.
the price
You
out
kill the
there,
market value.
You kill your market
Of course.
value, and you
Yeah.
look
You're done.
you're done with the collectors. You're done.
Yeah,
You're done.
and collectors.
Yeah,
I've
because
heard-
imagine like you bought it through a gallery for X amount, and then someone else.
course,
Yeah,
of
so
course.
it's
So it
and you make
ruins
the
for
gallery
everyone.
look bad, you look bad.
credibility is
So it ruins for everyone, basically,
Yeah.
ruins
right?
for everyone.
And
That's-
fairs, okay, art fairs, fair or unfair? Now, from your
Nice play on words.
yeah, I actually loved it. I wrote it yesterday. I was like, art fairs, fair or unfair? Before you answer this question, do you have 2 type of collectors, younger generations and then more?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do.
Does that align nicely, or it can also be
No, it aligns nicely.
nice?
Seamlessly,
Yeah.
I'd say
Seamless.
even. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fairs, fair or unfair?
Why would you say unfair?
Oh, I wanted to play with the word. So fair, you would do art fairs, more art fairs, or unfair, unfair to you, but also don't do art fair.
No, some art fairs. I mean, you need to be at art fairs if you want to be
Yeah.
viewed from.
Yeah, so
it's a way of acquiring new collectors and exposing your artists.
And it
it's
looks,
just-
it builds on the CV of the gallery
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah. And it's true
It's a
that
must.
it's a must. Is it true that still galleries would sell 30% of their, if they participate in art fairs, 30% of their sales? Because this is the numbers everywhere. I don't know if it's a real number or not, but maybe fairs are trying to, because the fairs are not every fair is doing well. We
Yeah.
know this.
Yes.
But then they say, oh, the numbers are, galleries are selling still 30% of their annual sales at fairs, and then 30% online, and then second markets a bit here and there. What's the
Well,
what's,
it depends. You know that some art fairs we came back with 0 sales. Some art
Yes,
fairs they were 20%.
unfortunately.
Some art fairs were 50%. But yeah, and then I always the last day I just go around and ask everybody how was it for you, and it's a tough market.
Yeah.
It's a tough market.
Especially when you go to when the season starts, you'd see the same also people in every fair, right? In every
Yeah.
city. And
As
that's,
a gallerist, you need to be able to take that bullet.
yeah, it's a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a risk you take because you don't know how it's going to go, and it's a big investment.
But it gives you exposure,
Yes.
and that collector who's seen the work might come back to you a year after, or 2
That's
years
true.
after.
That's
That
true.
happened
Or
to
I
us.
mean,
That's
so
nice.
some of the fairs that we've done, including Art Verona fair in Italy.
which is one of the most,
Yeah.
one of the oldest and most prominent art fairs, right? Is it a very important one in Italy?
Well, it's
After-
important, not the most important. I mean, there is Artissima, there is
Yeah,
so many other
Artissima
art
is at
fairs,
the
but-
top,
Artissima
but
But
is
for
the
us,
blue
it was
chip,
Yeah.
it was successful in a way. We didn't make sales at the fair,
Yeah.
but we had an institution who approached us. We won
This is the one you
Yes.
took,
Sausan
Sausan
al-Bahr,
Yeah, she won the
exactly.
Massimiliano
Yes.
Galliani Prize.
Yes, which
and
So
is
that
big.
also gives a
Yeah.
But
clear
yeah,
answer of
we brought-
an artist started
Yes.
here, and then you, thanks to a gallery, went institutional.
Yes.
And we were probably, but we brought something fresh, something new. We brought Middle Eastern artists
Yeah.
with a very, very conceptual message, with a very deep message, and it was perceived
and they were
quite well.
tough subjects.
Well,
Tough
congratulations on
Yeah.
this, years after.
But yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I just wanted to say, so yeah, that was amazing, obviously, for Sausan and for the gallery. And, I mean, even with Sausan al-Bahr, we did her first solo show in the gallery, and then the fair, and then she won
Yes.
the prize, and then she also did a show with Mariah. So what I'm saying is, even when you're working with the emerging artists, we also put all of our trust and passion into
Yeah.
them and try and get
Big investment.
Yeah,
Like
and it took a while for our collaboration with her to blossom, but in the end, all these good things came, and a lot of collectors started to
understand.
pique interest
Yes.
in her work and
And I have to say congratulations on that.
Yeah.
You know, any artist or anyone who would ask the importance of a gallery and a passionate gallerist and curators, this is a good example because you really believed in South al-Bahar. And as you said, it's quite a delicate and you can't understand it right away, but you push that through public releases, through exhibitions, through international exposure, and then actually now South al-Bahar, many people know South al-Bahar.
Yes.
Yes, and
Which
we
is
soon, we'll
congratulations.
soon announce something special for her.
It's amazing. I'm not going to ask
Yeah.
now, but next year we will have the Guggenheim, we'll
Yes.
have Zayed
It's a
National
growing
Museum.
momentum for the
It's a
GCC.
momentum,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
And it's amazing because you guys are the OGs, huh? You believed in it, and you were the ones that's understood that there is something coming, right?
Absolutely.
I feel that. I
Yes.
see it. Basel is coming to Doha, but Basel is always a bit a question mark because they
Freeze also, Abu Dhabi.
freeze in Abu
Freeze
Dhabi,
Abu Dhabi,
where
we're
Abu
very
Dhabi will be
excited.
freeze.
Yes.
Although, you know, it would have been nice to have Art Abu Dhabi and freeze citywide, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Those big names are coming. Is it really a blessing, or for them, is it a business opportunity? Because we know that things
Yeah.
are not going amazingly well
In Europe.
in Europe, but also around the world.
Yes.
The numbers of Basel, Hong Kong, and Miami were
The
not
economic
economic.
is
Economy, yeah,
shifting.
yeah,
The
yeah,
economy
yeah.
is
Big
shifting.
shift.
There's a big shift.
Huge,
And of course, art is a luxury.
A luxury.
So it makes sense to be here now.
What do you think of this renaissance and all of these big names coming? Nomad is coming in
Yes.
in
Yeah.
November as well. It's an exciting year.
It is an
right?
exciting
It's an
year.
exciting year.
Exciting
but this
things
is
ahead.
from someone from outside the industry or the, you know.
Yeah.
What is it for you? What do you think, first of all? And then do you feel already that will have an impact, negative or positive for you?
Well, of course, it will have I think it will have a positive
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah.
Of course, it's good. It's
It
good
will
that
bring
we're having
more
it will
audience.
bring more audience.
Yeah.
It will bring more more
Collectors.
collectors and interest
Art
towards
experts.
Do you think they will come?
towards regional art as well. And I think it's good
Yeah.
because, you know, so far the artists from the GCC, from this part of the world, they've not had the exposure they deserve, and it's their time.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
And you see it in the price level, right? A mature artist in the Middle East has a different price range of a mature artist in Europe.
Yeah.
What is mature? How many years they should have behind their back, and how many
Of
exhibitions? And
Yeah, but
because
at least
mature is a very
let's
good.
say an artist in after 20 years in his career,
So,
25
so this is
years.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay, this is
yes.
important, right? Because we have artists that they've been there for 20 years, unless government gives them institutional exposure and biennales and stuff.
Yeah.
They really remain a bit.
Yes, undiscovered.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So
Overlooked.
this is our time to shine.
And do you hope for something specific with Freeze and Basel coming, that they will do it a bit different than their usual editions? Like when you go to Freeze, you go to Master, what do you call them? The Masters.
Yes.
And then you have the emerging, but it's also citywide. Freeze, London during Freeze is just.
Yeah.
When they said Freeze, I was like, oh wow. If
Yeah.
This is. Do you think the format will come with its own, or we will
Most
form our own?
probably it will have its own dynamics, embracing the spirit of the region. So let's see. We're hoping for the best and prepared for anything.
You will already start talking about doing something during the next year's season, because for sure we'll have people coming, right? Guggenheim's opening. And,
Yeah.
Do you already?
Yes, we've laid down. We have during Art Dubai, we will have the
Oh, yes.
first solo show of
This will be
Salma
good.
Al-Mansouri.
We're
so
very
proud.
This Art
excited.
Dubai, this coming 26.
Yeah, 26.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're working on it.
And you're coming back to Art Dubai.
we're not going to be in Art Dubai.
Okay, no, you said
During Art Dubai.
So we're gonna
During
have
Art
we're
Dubai,
gonna
okay,
open a show
good.
during Art
Yes,
Dubai.
a solo
Good.
show.
Yeah,
Good,
of
good.
Salma, and she is
She has
also
matured so much. She's come a long way, and she's such a young artist,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's full of energy.
young,
so
but
impressed.
so smart, so hardworking, and just amazing at what she does.
I
Amazing.
consider her family.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. If someone thinks of opening a gallery in the UAE, what would you say? What is the pillars of opening a gallery?
Just
It's a difficult question, right? But I know that you speak from your heart, and
yeah,
and
I think that you should always be true to yourself, and I mean you don't have to blend or get or lose yourself because you want to make sales. Just be original,
Authentic.
and be
Yeah.
authentic.
yeah,
You know, be authentic. Whatever it is that you've built and you want to bring to the table, bring it to the table with courage and spirit, and then work around it.
Yeah.
But you have to start, and the path will open. You know, and work around your collectors, your crowd, whoever sustain you, and
Yeah, you have to build your own community.
Yes,
Every
build your
gallery
own
has to build their own community.
what is for a curator? What is your dream exhibition or show that you really aim one day to do? Both, because
Oh my God.
I'm asking for Celine because I think coming from, I see you around Dubai, you have a community, right? You know designers, you know
Yeah.
architects, you know photographers, you know stylists, really
Fellow curators, yeah.
curators.
Yeah.
You're out there,
Yeah.
right? And I think this, and very genuine, like
Yeah.
you know, just not like a groupie. you have a community, right?
Yeah.
And so how this influence what you curate next, and what is your, as a curator, you say this will be my Everest.
My dream show.
Yeah.
I'm really in love with the artist that I'm working with at the moment, and down the line, it would probably be to do solos, even of coming back to the artists that I've already worked with. So Salma and Aida and even Salma, who's at the beginning of her career. I cannot wait to see where it goes in like 20 years' time.
or even less. 'Cause
Or
she's-
even less, but I
we're-
mean, in 20 years, like, I can't even imagine where she'll be then, or where
I
we'll be.
envision her
And
at the Venice Biennale.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
You will take her there.
yeah, manifest.
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 For you, an exhibition or an opportunity that you always wanted to do, this will be your
You know what really gives me
Everest.
Everest is seeing a young artist
Yes.
that we've taken in
Yes.
at the very,
Just
very,
seeing
very
them
beginning.
succeed, it's
Seeing them
the most
succeeding
rewarding
and
feeling.
flourishing and being collected by institutions.
Yes.
That's the
I agree.
reward.
That is the biggest satisfaction that we get. Also, I want to say, whenever we put on a show and you see a collector come in and really connect with a piece, I've had people in the
that's
gallery brought to tears, like as if, you know, art is saving their soul.
I
I'm
almost
not
cried when I
exaggerating.
saw
And I
Aida's
feel
work,
that
by the
way
way.
too, yeah.
It's not the sales, it's the appreciation.
Yes.
Well, I really hope every gallerist and curator would think and engage and plan and dream and introduce and encourage and evolve and receive as much as you, really.
Thank you.
Now, before the end of this beautiful interview, you co-hosted the whole thing, and because I'm at your place. Aida Badr, right?
Yeah.
We talked about it. Now we're gonna have some shots to see. I almost cried when I.
What made you cry? I'm curious to, like, what made you have that emotional response?
Seeing
To her growth?
her growth, first of all, because the first
Yeah.
exhibition I saw was not here but close by.
Yeah.
And was curated also with you and.
It was Ocean, yeah.
Which now this is you're
Us
it's not
together.
the first time that you work together, right?
No, it's the second.
Yeah. Celine, Ocean is is the director of this new collective, a gallery. Now she opened a gallery actually
Yeah, in Kuwait, yes.
And she has a PhD in arts.
Yes.
And she has a group called Hunna.
Yeah, her gallery is
them,
Hunna, yeah,
is them for women.
Yeah.
If people should really follow Oceana and Hunna, collective and journey. But what I loved about Aida is the growth that I've seen throughout the years, but also the honesty in her. It's almost
The
like
vulnerability.
and I look at yours, almost like I look at myself.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
almost if I look at myself from a different perspective, different angle, and makes you so sensitive to many, many things.
I agree.
And tell me a bit about Aida. The show is until when?
So this show is ongoing until November 7th. We might extend it, but yeah, I mean, this show marks a profound shift in her life. Aida recently became a mother, and to summarize it, it is about this transformation that comes with motherhood, and she's using the horse as a central motif to represent this transformation. So if you come in and you see the show or you view the works online, you'll see the horse taking shape in many different forms. You'll see it dissected so as like to rearrange parts of yourself. And then you see it evolve into this stallion, strong, firm, resilient. And then you also see like the baby horse. So it's a discourse about her old self and her new self.
I love references. Like, I live for references. It's beautiful when you see it.
Yeah, but I think what is beautiful, like, okay, this is about her transformation, but we all relate to it in a different way. Because throughout life, we are constantly pushed to change, to transform. And it does not mean erasing anything of our past selves. It means that we are constantly evolving.
And maybe accepting
And that's what
change.
she says too. Yeah,
And maybe
surrendering.
surrender.
You surrender, you
yourself.
embrace.
Yeah.
With courage.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
courage.
yeah.
You're totally right. Because evolving, many people would think that evolving means leaving something behind, and that's
Yes,
why
and it's not.
It's a
people
transformation, really.
It's not.
It's a part of you that it's evolving into something greater.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of suffering in between. You know, there's a lot of sacrifice in between. Becoming a mother, it's a sacrifice in a way, but it's not a negative sacrifice. It's a form of growth.
Absolutely.
And that's the best painting to me, the one of the standing stallion. It just depicts
Actually,
motherhood.
The one at the entrance, that is like the center of the show. So you see the adult horse dominating the toy horse. So the toy horse is a representation of her old self.
Nice.
And
Well,
it's a must-see show, honestly.
You see, this, you almost lost your breath talking about your artist. This is something that people don't understand. It doesn't happen in every gallery, not every curator in a gallery, trust me. But this is something, you know, most of this episode with you is about the admiration and the passion I receive from you and everyone who knows you. And now I hope many people will understand that this is how it works, and this is how the business works, and this is how a family business should work. Yeah. And this is a family business to everyone. We are all your family. It's the family we choose.
Thank you, Ahmed.
At Firetti Contemporary.
You.
And we feel so lucky because we get to do what we love and sharing it with others.
Yes.
And we get it to do together the people we trust each other the most.
Yes.
So that's what makes it for us. We are very, very fortunate.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
We are, yeah.
That's amazing. Touch wood for this love.
Touch wood.
And good luck for what's coming, because it's an exciting phase. Yeah. And thank you for making me part of it.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
people should never be scared of coming to galleries.
No,
Start collecting.
we're here. We'll welcome
Start
you.
collecting. If you come to the
And
gallery,
if you have questions,
if you have questions,
or just enjoy the work.
Just
all
enjoy the
everything.
work.
Just come. In any case, just come.
Exactly. Support the community by visiting the galleries, by saying, you know, constructive dialogue and narrative with the people who works day and night. As you know, this is a big business, and it's not an easy one.
No.
And if you're interested, you always can come, and there is no questions without answers. and the answers are only answered when you
Yes.
ask the question.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so
Ahmed.
honored to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Talkative with Ahmed, and I'll see you next time.